Hello, I'm Joey. This is another part to our interview series powered by Taiwan's only all-English radio station and all-English streaming platform, that is ICRT and TaiwanPlus. Today, we'll have a chance to speak with another bilingual musician. Although she's much more than just a musician, she is an influencer online, as in she has her own YouTube channel, and she attends major events throughout the island. And of course, she is making music. She's also a good friend of mine. She came to my wedding, and today we're going to have a chat with Dena Chang 張粹方. Hello.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Joy, for having me.
The first time we've ever had a conversation was because of this event that dates, I think, 5-6 years ago. Michael Bolton, who came to English. Remember that? Singing Talents? And
yes!
You, along with another musician, were the two that were handpicked to represent Taiwan's, aspiring bilingual artists. Mm-hmm. Bolt of Talent. That's what that show was called.
Yeah.
That was the first time I got to learn about you and your aspiration to become a musician.
Yes.
But before that, I'm sure music was already a big part of your life, correct?
I've always wanted to be a singer-songwriter ever since I was like 15 or 16. So I've just ever since then, I just started pursuing.
One of the incredible parts about your personal story was that you learned English all in Taiwan, right?
Yes.
And somehow you speak like a native speaker.
Because I started learning English at a really, really young age. My parents, my mom is an English teacher, and we have our own cram school. So I started learning English under her learning program ever since I was like three or four. So I had...
So a little home turf advantage.
Yeah.
And just looking around, that is something that Taiwan as a nation is trying very hard to do. We have this goal that by 2030, we want to make sure that the whole entire island, at least when it comes to mandatory schooling, primary schooling, we can become a somewhat bilingual as in Mandarin and English nation. And yet, looking at you, I think that is possible. Sometimes you teach English on your YouTube channel too, right?
I do, because I think I am a teacher at heart. I'm slowly acknowledging this side of me.
Yeah.
I just kind of have the urge to want to share what I think would help. And so, yeah, that's what I do. I just have a YouTube channel and I just share stuff.
A lot of the channel does talk about music. Mm-hmm. However, when it comes to sharing and just making content on the weekly basis, what are some of the proudest moments you had as a YouTuber? Like things that you were proud of achieving as a YouTuber?
I think is, when I just share about really personal things online and I realize that people actually resonate with it.
Yeah.
And my content really inspired people in a really positive way. I think those are always the proudest moment. Like when I'm like very, very vulnerable, and I realize that it's actually touching people. Those kind of videos.
Okay, so KOL, YouTuber, occasional TikToker, singer-songwriter, and producer. Now, a couple of those roles that you play recently had some fruition. One is as a singer-songwriter. I recently saw that you wrote a song that is more or less a charity single.
Oh, okay. So it's called 阳光, sunshine, or you can call it sunlight. I wrote it back when I was still in college in Taiwan. I was in nursing school and I had just started interning in the hospital as a nursing student. Mm-hmm. I think it was around the moment where I was told that I'm going to be signed to a major record label after winning a competition.
Okay.
But then all of a sudden, that opportunity was being taken away from me because of some issues that was going on in the company.
Oh.
And then they decided to take away that contract from me and give me another contract where I was being signed as a trainee to dance, to sing, to just, go through all these practices. But the contract didn't really have any commitment towards your career. there's no guarantee like, okay, by this year we'll work on a single for you, we'll work on an album for you. No. So it was like I didn't know what I was like working towards. And every time I had to spend so much time. It was also around the time where like academics in school was getting heavier, and I was also need to constantly be in the hospital interning.
Yeah.
So it was at a really, really low point of like my own personal career development, I guess. And that particular experience interning at a particular ward, which is the children's cancer ward, really like helped inspired me to change a mindset and to keep on going towards my dreams happily and super motivated. And because interning at that ward, like I've seen like courage and love that I've never seen before. It was like it completely like changes my perspective towards courage and love, and it taught me what's more important, and that it made me realize that I already have a lot, and whatever's in front of me, no matter like the obstacles that I thought were really big, like it's actually not that big.
Yeah.
And I just had the urge to be like, you know what? At the end of this shift, I am going to perform a song that I wrote for them. That's just what I'm going to do. And so, yeah, I did do that at the very last day of that shift.
Oh my gosh.
The reaction coming from them was the moment when I realized that, you know what, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I don't want to be a nurse anymore.
Ironically, that was the conclusion that you came to.
Yeah.
But I think it's fascinating. I mean, it's incredible that the kids, that even though they're faced with the finality of life, you know, the bleakness of their disease every day, that they're able to give you a little bit more to go on with. Is the proceeds of this song going to go to something?
No, not the streamings, but I did start like a little 活动, like a little project on my Instagram where for every share that's being shared on the story of that particular post, the amount of the number of shares. The number of shares would be the amount of dollars where I would donate to the charity that's regarding cancer. Yeah.
What if you get millions of shares, Dena?
I've calculated in my head, and I think I can afford a certain amount.
Okay.
And it's not going to surpass that.
Okay. Well, we're going to give this a bigger platform, and hopefully this doesn't bankrupt you, but I'm going to put the link here. Everybody go check it out and go share the post.
Okay.
And big congratulations to you. I hear that you're finally about to get what you want. You're finally about to debut your
my first
solo
EP.
First album. Is that correct?
I'm currently already working on the songs that is going to be on my first debut EP. I've actually written a lot of new songs ever since I was signed to a music publishing company like in 2020. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to let the world hear the new Dena.
When should we like really look out for more music from you? Like, what is the time frame?
I will be releasing a new single in March. And then hopefully another one in June. And then the whole EP will come out at around September-ish. So that's the time frame. 6
months. All right. So starting next month, start to look out for new singles, and hopefully we can invite you back to ICRT for more interviews and music.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us here today on ICRT Taiwan Plus. If you want to catch more about Taiwan, go to TaiwanPlus.com or check out Dena on all of her socials, as we just mentioned, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Dena_CHANG. Thank you, Dena Chang.
Thank you so much for having me.